Hi Taylor, it's Rebecca with your Assignment 1 critique. You did a fantastic job on this first assignment. These images are just outstanding. You totally successfully changed the context of the original image and you did it nearly seamlessly. Just really fantastic work, especially for your first run at this. So great job, great job. Let's talk about this first image. I have tried to do things like this before, and I know that it is very hard to try to change the original source of lighting and create a new source of lighting like this. So, wow, I'm just so blown away at how good you did, and it's just really awesome. Really great job. So it really does make the house feel like really creepy and weird. Like, maybe you want to think it's something lighthearted, like maybe there's just a power outage because of a storm, because it's obviously winter. This little girl is wearing a coat. But then there's like this weird dark room in the back with like this weird sheet, and all of a sudden it gets like a little creepy, like the deeper you try to get into through this perspective of the image. So great work there. And the candle, it looks pretty good. Like I can see that there's some noise on there, and what I really love is that you pulled the little girl's thumb through the handle holder. So that was really a great idea, and makes it feel like it's definitely more incorporated in the images as opposed to just totally stuck on there. I think that the blur tool could be used a little bit more to soften that candle just a little bit more. It still looks pretty sharp around these areas. Down here where it's darker, it doesn't, it looks pretty real, like it's really, oops, sorry. It looks like it's really incorporated in the original image. It's just the candle part that is the giveaway that it wasn't part of the original, because it's a higher resolution image and it's not as grainy as what's going on in the background. I do see some noise and some grain. I think the blur to soften it up is the key there. So if you want to do that, that's the only place I see room for any kind of improvement. Other than that, the color balance of the parts that are, illuminated looks perfect. So great job, perfect color balance there, and just great concept for this. Awesome. Next image, I really love everything that you did here. You did a really great job converting it to black and white and taking out the original figures that were in the image and adding this tree. And your concept is really great for this, and I think that I really like where you're going. I mean, I really love your idea. So the only place I see, I don't know if it's really an issue, honestly, because it looks great. The overall image looks great because, we can tell it's a collage. You didn't try to scale these apples in the foreground to fit, or like have the leaves be the same size as these back here or anything like that. I don't, so, we as viewers, we can accept that this is a collage, and it still has the same kind of strength as if everything was trying to be seamed together. I think actually because it's more collagey, it feels more like an art piece as opposed to an image that somebody just doctored up. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is I don't think that everything needs to be perfectly seamless in this picture, and that the collaging aspect is successful. The only place I see room for improvement is these branches in the foreground are really grayed out. They're pretty flat, and it makes our eye, it does draw our eye up here to the apple, but our eye is naturally going to be drawn up there because it's the only thing in color, and it's pretty vibrant, the red in here and stuff. So I would recommend to make this less distracting, because it feels unintentionally distracting, pulling up the contrast in the foreground as well to match the contrast of what's going on in the background. I also recommend pulling the contrast up in the figures some more too. I can tell that you're hesitant to get too dark because like these eyes could get really black and you could lose some detail. So don't be sure to watch those while you're doing it. Keep that detail in the face, but I think the whites could be drawn out more. Like this strap should be white. There's some white here in this shirt. So pulling the white out will make the figures feel as three-dimensional as everything else that's going on in the image. I also, just consider this, I don't know if you need the apple sticker on the apple to say what it is that you're trying to say. But with the apple by itself, does that lead to other kind of symbolism about, the tree of, in the Garden of Eden, or like pulling from the tree of knowledge, or, what does that apple portray? So just consider it, like if you want to keep the apple sticker, I think it works really well with talking about children and their use of technology versus, interacting with nature. But I wonder if just seeing the apple itself without the sticker, if we would apply the symbolism of the apple to also, Apple technology. So that's just something for you as the artist to decide and to reconsider. Um, Overall, these were fantastic. You did a really great job. I can't wait to see more work from you and what other great concepts you're going to bring.